Hello and welcome to the Formula WINOL podcast. Today, as per always, I am joined by Tom and Ed. How are you boys doing today?
I'm doing fantastic.
I am swell.
Good. Wait.
Swell's good.
Swole.
That's a word, right?
Yeah.
So we are back in the studio, the radio studio.
Better audio quality.
Better audio.
Boys.
Unfortunately, we can all see each other's faces, which means that
not,
just
not
put each
great,
other off.
but-
My eyes are melting.
Yeah.
thanks to that very precise
Lovely.
information. We're here today to discuss the driver liveries, the car
They
liveries.
made them themselves.
The Formula One liveries for this season. Obviously, I saw a tweet which summed this up, which is no livery has ever won a championship.
True.
Because it's just someone
True.
being salty about one of the livery. I can't remember what livery it was. But anyway, we all have favourites. But rather than coming up with our own tier lists, we decided to see what we could do together. Now,
Somehow.
Because better content.
we agree on literally nothing.
No.
The three of us. We are the
Yeah.
worst for agreeing on
We'll
stuff.
be here for hours.
We could be here for a very long
Yeah.
time. But we're gonna. Where should we start? Should we just start with the constructors?
Well,
for
I've
last
got
season, or-
I've got it in. I've got the tier list here. And
He's
it's in a
prepared.
random order, so I reckon we just do it in whatever order it's in.
Should we get? I'm gonna get the photos up. For
I've got
precise
there's an
analysis.
ESPN link or
Yeah,
on the
you can
website,
get- yeah.
which has got it in constructors order.
Ooh, okay.
Well, we can do it constructors order. I'll just have to find it.
So I think as well as placing it on the tier list, we should compare it with last season's because obviously a few of them have changed quite a lot. Many of them for the worse. But it's more
Yes.
interesting.
So, in case you aren't watching, you're just listening. We have 6 tiers here. We'll go through them quickly. We have the goated tier, the very nice tier, sponsored.
It's not meant to be Borat. It's meant to be
No.
bottom gear.
Yeah.
It's close enough.
Very nice.
Oh, very nice.
Very nice.
We have the decent tier, the average tier, the meh tier, and the ed tier because I hate everything.
Yeah, Ed tier is a gender tier.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess we could. Yeah,
So,
ed
split
tier.
meaning.
slash
Wasn't there
agenda.
originally both Ed and a gender
Yeah.
tier?
There wasn't a gender tier, but I thought the Haas livery is a bit too nice to be ranked right at the bottom.
Yes. Yeah.
So
The Haas livery should be in the Ed tier though.
yeah, we'll discuss that.
We'll get on to that.
We'll get onto
So,
that.
all to look forward to.
So we're starting with Mercedes, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on this livery? I have thoughts.
Shall I go first?
Yeah,
or-
go on.
Yeah,
you
go for it,
first.
go for it.
You
I
first.
think it's lovely until you get to the engine cover. Like I love the fact that they've gone for a bit of a hybrid, but the AMG spam, like, it's grim.
Yeah.
It just looks a bit clumsy. I think that's the perfect term. Clumsy.
It's not good. I like the front of it. There's a shot here of just like the front angle of the car. I like how they've got the Patronus in now featured on the front wing in kind of like a matte. The thing that I don't like is the fact that they've seemed to have changed the Ineos colour. It was a much darker red, which I think is true to its branding.
Yeah, it's a
last
bit
year.
brighter this year.
And they've made it brighter, and they've also made it's got a bigger space on the car, which
They
I
love
don't really like.
sponsors.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's kind of marmitey, this livery. Some people love it, some people hate it. I like the fact that they've got the solid Patronus line. I think that works really
Yeah,
well.
I like that.
Another small thing that I think is missing is I'm pretty sure they had Ineos on the side of the rear wing, on like each of the sides last year. They're missing that. I feel like it needed that Ineos sponsorship on the rear wing. But yeah, I mean it's okay. It's okay. Like I feel like it might be one that after a few races it grows. But yeah,
Yeah.
So I really like the blue. The Patronus blue seems a lot more obvious this year.
yeah,
They've definitely changed the way they've done that. The AMG idea is a great concept. It's really poorly executed because from afar it looks great. It looks quite good because it does just look like dashes.
You can't see it.
And if they'd sort of done like a staticky font and made it look more sort of edgy, I guess, they could have created the effect they were after. But when they teased this livery and it had the nice gradient on it before they revealed it was just AMGs, it looked great. It could have been the best one. And it could still be, but with them being the actual like bold logo.
yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah, it's
I agree.
where are we putting it?
I think for me this has met or average written all over it.
I think for me, the fact. I mean, are we factoring into the tier list whether it was better or worse than last season?
I
or is
think
that more
that
of a
We can
separate
discuss
thing.
that as a
Like
separate.
last,
like-
it's quite similar to last year, obviously, other than
I think last
the
year's was
white
better.
bit. Last
I
year's
think
is
last year's
definitely
better,
better.
yeah. I think they kind of almost needed. I can understand that they needed to go back to the hint of silver to, obviously because of their heritage and silver arrows and whatnot. I think Meh is a good rating. It's not awful because it's not hideous
Definitely not
from every
Ed tier.
angle.
Not Ed tier. I think the concept and the actual message
I
behind
think there's
it.
one livery which goes in Ed tier, so I think we put this in. I would say average, but I'm willing to agree on Meh.
I think
put
Meh
it in Meh.
is perfect
It's a
for
good compromise.
Mercedes.
We're gonna have to look. We're gonna have to do a lot of compromising.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I may have to give up my like for the Haas.
I think this year's Red Bull is better than last year's Red Bull
I agree.
because I like
agree.
the big Honda
Yeah,
stickers.
the Honda. I like.
And
it.
I like
Yeah.
it on the race suit as well. It's just Red Bull Honda. The Honda logo is directly below
I think
the
the
Red Bull
only
logo.
thing that downgrades this livery is the fact it's the same livery.
It's the same
for
livery.
past 5 years.
But as I've
other than
seen
the
a lot
little
of
tweaks.
times, this livery is going to be iconic in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I for that reason I personally would put it in very nice.
I think very nice is fair.
What's the difference? So we've got very nice. What's
I've
below
got a
very
photo
nice?
of it. So
it's
it's goated tier, very nice, decent, average, Meh, Ed tier.
Personally, I'd put it in either average or decent, but I would be willing to compromise to put
I
it in
think
very
I
nice.
think decent. I think we've all kind of gone with decent. I'm on decent, very nice. I think as Tom went for average, and Torin went for very nice. I think decent.
Decent's
is
probably
good.
the place for it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is good, and I think Torin's point is really good with it becoming a classic, because I think it definitely will, especially like if they're able to achieve a constructors or drivers world championship. It'll probably be like the Marlborough liveries.
Like if this was the first year of this livery, it would be go to
Yeah,
without a
yeah.
doubt. I'd say.
like
McLaren is goated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when it was it 2016 they had the mat when it came in. Was it 2016?
Yeah,
Yes.
2016,
So the
first
liveries
Saturn, yeah.
got bad in 2016.
Yeah. But obviously, like when that first came out, everyone was like, "Whoa!" And then now it's kind of just like, "Oh,
The
another
Ferrari
mat livery."
copied the mat.
Yeah.
Blech.
I guess are we moving on to the McLaren?
Yeah. So
Did
the McLaren is.
confirm the constructors.
Uh-huh.
I've
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
I've
yeah.
completely
Yeah.
forgotten
Final race,
last
yeah.
Only
season.
just.
Blown over my
So
head.
I would say the McLaren is a goated tier because it's a great livery. No, I wouldn't say goated. I like the change they've made to the side pod.
Yes.
That is like the only change to the whole livery,
good
and
that
the
there's
fact that
more blue.
the blue goes all the way down the nose
Yeah.
now. These little features, I would have put it in decent last year, but I'd put this year's livery in very nice.
I can compromise on very nice. I just feel like I missed the 2019 honeycomb livery. That was so good. I loved that.
Oh yeah, that was rad. Yeah.
I loved
Because it looked like a proper racing car.
Yeah, the honeycomb livery. I loved that. I
See,
wish they kept that.
I don't know. I think I'm more of a fan of this. Don't
This
know
is
why
great,
it just
but I like
appeals
this.
to me. Yeah, this is great. But
I think
like
if
this.
the blue was a little darker for me, it would be goated
Yeah,
without a
yeah.
doubt.
Yeah.
The colour clashes. Well, I mean, we've got a few colour clashes to
Yeah.
to chat about as we go through
Yeah.
this.
But no, I think it can't go and goated for me.
Yeah.
Just because one, it's too similar to last year's. For me, for one that has to be goated, it has to be very different from what they did last year, and it needs to look like
I think we have
different from everyone else.
two goated opportunities
Yeah.
here. Maybe
Yeah.
three.
Maybe.
But, so we're going with very nice for that
I think
one?
very nice is a
I think
good,
very nice is fair.
good rating.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice. Right, so who's next? I can't remember the constructors. Will that be Aston
So
Martin?
it'll be Aston Martin, which I personally think is one of the best liveries on the grid.
I do.
I really like it, and I know that Ed
I want
doesn't.
to like it, but the pink ruins it for me.
on track it looks really nice.
I've seen the on-track photos. I kind of like it, but
This morning's ones look really nice in the desert.
the just the studio photos of it with the pink. I just don't like the pink.
It doesn't look
However,
like, I don't know.
If they had that in Aston Martin's Volt Green, the pink striping like
Yeah.
that would be goated without a
I,
doubt.
hard
I
to
would
tell,
find it
really.
really boring because then I don't like the Aston Martin livery as it is because I'm like a qualified graphic designer technically, so like
All right, Flex.
Weird flex.
I like using that even though it's an A level.
That's the equivalent of the ice on his wrist.
But like lime green. I feel like there's an age where you mature past lime green being like a colour
Cool.
you love. Yeah, it's when you make all your cars lime green in GTA.
So Lando Norris isn't mature.
No, of course
Yeah.
he is. He's like the 5-year-old of the grid.
True.
Oh,
true.
here we go.
He probably designed the McLaren for him.
Yeah. But no, I think I quite like it. I can't tell. Maybe I'd like it more if it was green. Obviously, it would be in more with Aston Martin's branding. I like the fact that it isn't matte. I think we've
Yeah.
especially with this and the Alpine. I think this is it gloss or like metallic. It just
Glossy. I think,
it really
yeah.
suits F1 cars and the curviness of them.
Just to me, the type of pink as well. It just looks a bit clumsy. It's almost purple.
See, that's what I.
if it was like a really bright pink,
yeah,
I'd
yeah.
like it.
I
That's
would
what
be
like.
willing to settle this in decent.
I think I'm willing to put it in very nice if we have to.
Because I would
I would go
personally,
very nice.
I'd put it goated.
I
me,
would,
this
I
and
would
the
put it as a
Alpine.
push. Maybe we put it in. I think Goated's a good shout though.
I think this and Alpine for me are my
think-
2 favourite liveries.
How about we save all the goateds till the end? So if there's a
I think if 2 of 3 can go Goated,
yeah. So
I
if,
think
Yeah.
we'll
we,
go Goated.
if we're thinking about a goated, we leave Aston
Okay,
Martin.
yeah, we'll
to the
put
end.
it back
shout.
to the end, right?
That's a good shout.
So I'll
Um,
drag that to the end. Just
So I don't have the same one up that you do, Tomo, because I went to try and find one that actually had the Ferrari on it.
Oh,
Because the ESPN ones, they haven't updated it because
Oh, yeah, I
despite them
tried to
being
use
one of
that
the
yesterday.
like biggest, sports
Yeah.
brands, they don't want to update their
Still
website.
don't do it.
So Alpine is next.
yes,
Personally, think the Alpine livery is a bit overrated.
I love it.
I love it,
I
but
love
I
it.
also see why it's overrated.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is about it.
It's just different, but the problem is because Williams have gone with a very similar blue, it makes it almost.
Well, it looks like it says LA on the side of it.
Well, that's just the Alpine logo, isn't it?
Wait, do you know what? I've not noticed that until now. It does kind of, yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
not sure on the. Obviously, they want the tricolore and whatnot, but I think they could have done that in so many better ways.
Yeah.
I prefer it to that teaser liver they put out with the black.
Oh yeah, it's
The
much
testing
better than
one,
that.
yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
far better than that.
I think it could have been a goated tier, but I think this is probably very nice or decent.
If I'm honest, I'm really happy this season, and it's something I was talking about when I started playing my team on the F1 game, because there's no cars that were blue or green on the grid, really. So I'm really glad that the grid is more diverse, and a lot of people
Yeah.
have been comparing it to the 2002 grid, in terms of this is like the best looking grid we've
colourful,
had
The
yeah.
since
orange
then.
arrows. Ooh.
Yeah.
Classics on that.
We
one.
haven't just got as many like white and red because I feel like we had a lot
Last
of,
year
like,
we
just
had
white,
4
grey.
different cars, I think, that were all based on white.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's good
yeah.
that AlphaTauri went main blue. So
Yeah.
white and that kind of
But no, I think
yeah.
my opinion on the livery, I really like it. I've seen a couple of designs that people have done of concept liveries that I feel like maybe I prefer. I don't know, probably about the same. The thing that I do like, that for me, there's 2 things that for me, little things that really make this livery pop. It's the bit on the side just above the DuPont sponsorship on the side where you've got the little is it map free? You've got that little sponsorship there with
Mayflower.
a little bit of red on the side just before you get to the front nose, which I think really makes it pop. And also, I love the font that they've used for the numbers. I think that looks really
that's
good.
That's good. Because speaking of fonts, Ferrari bottled it again on fonts.
Yeah,
We'll get onto
They
that in a
did.
second.
They did. Isn't it? For me, it looks like a similar font that they used for when they had the different livery in Tuscany, or not Mugello.
Yeah.
What, the Ferrari?
Yeah,
Let's. Are we putting
It
the
looks like
Alpine in the
similar
goated?
I think Alpine would be very nice.
I think very nice.
I would
Are
put
we going to
very
do the goateds at the end?
But I wouldn't
We're gonna
count. I
bump-
wouldn't
I
even
think
put it
it's
in
a
goated
goated
at push.
candidate
I
for
think it's
me.
got to stay in very nice.
I feel like because I would put it as goated, but you two would probably put it very nice.
Let's
So
go.
I-
Let's go
we'll-
and put it in very
We'll put
nice.
it in very nice.
Now we've got to go. I think we're going to delve deep into the ed tier here.
Yeah.
I am not going to talk about anything that is correct with this livery because there is nothing correct with this livery other than the fact it's a bit red. This is the Ferrari. It is horrific. It is probably the worst Ferrari that livery there's been since 2014. Because 2014 was just a mess and the car was awful.
Yeah, 2014 was ugly, but
So
I'd even take that over this.
essentially, what it is it's a matte gradient, which doesn't work because a matte gradient just looks like 2 block colours because you can't really fade matte that well. Most of the logos on it of the Mission WINOL, which is what I'm going to call it from now on, Mission WINOL,
Mission winner.
Um,
Lovely bit of branding.
are black, and then for whatever reason they've got Italian green on the top of it. Now they could have pulled this off if they'd have put a white one behind it and made it look like the Italian flag.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you can't just whack a neon green on
matte
red.
red.
Yeah,
Matte
on
red
matte
as well,
red as well. It is horrific. In my opinion, this is the worst livery on the grid, and I would
yeah.
very much put it in the ed tier.
For me, it has to go ed tier. Why there's the fade to dark red? What? Just I don't. There's not needed. I don't even know if I like the way the sponsorships they've done the sponsorships with the like Shell, UPS, and Ray-Ban. It just looks very just we'll shove them all there.
I didn't even notice that. It looks like
Yeah.
a mess.
The
And I
font-
don't like the impact font for the numbers either.
No, and then I guess we're probably judging them more on the liveries and less of the shape of the car. But if we are going to talk
The
about
wide
the shape
nose.
of the car, the wide nose, it just looks like the Ferrari liveries for me have been getting worse and worse each year. From
2017 and 18 were the best
Yes.
liveries that I think
Yeah.
Ferrari have ever had.
Yeah, I'd agree with
Those
that.
were, if they brought back the 2018, which one was 2017 had the cool retro numbers on it though,
Yeah,
and they got a 1-2 in Monaco as well that year. So.
I really liked 2018. I think 2018 was good. I also really liked I think they had a really nice nose and a really nice livery in 2015, I think. But yeah, no, they've just been getting worse and worse on each year. The Ferrari have just got to realise that Matt doesn't work with their liveries.
Ed, got much to add?
Doesn't go.
I've got something to add, and it is being sent to the Formula WINOL group chat. I'll probably put it up in the.
It's going to be
in
like what is it?
It's going to be that one that's like comparing it and making that flip.
No, it's nothing. It's not really relevant. It's just me over here thinking, "Wow, you got." My opinion is completely different to yours.
You like the Ferrari?
I like the Ferrari. Oh, okay, other than the green. The green is ugly. Okay. Screw the green. If they made that white, I'd put that literally in very nice.
Or if you had the Bahrain Shakedown Day testing livery.
Yeah, okay.
Which
I
does
haven't
look-
actually seen that, but
Yeah.
remove the green, and I think that's very nice. I like it. I don't like matte Ferraris. I agree with you there. I think the sponsorship is probably a little clumsy.
Yeah.
But I like the paintwork. I like the fade to their darker red because I'm pretty sure that's what they used in their very early racing days. They went from they started yellow, and I think they went to a darker maroony red before they went Ferrari red.
Yeah. If that
So I kinda like
logo,
it.
if that logo on the engine cover, the neon green, if that was either black or white, where would you put it?
I'd put it in very nice or decent.
Really?
I think, however, with that, it is so ugly. I am willing to put it in Ed tier.
I think it's got to go in Ed tier. I think we've got to make an example of it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a shame because it has so much potential.
Yeah, if the font wasn't awful, if it wasn't matte, if it didn't have any Mission Winnow on it at all, especially not the green one, it'd be a great livery. The problem is it has all
Be a
three
bit
of those
bare
things.
then, that's a problem as well.
It would be, yeah, and we won't even get, like, I don't know what's going on with Ferrari. Like, we're all hoping for them to have some sort of return to.
Are we?
Well, I'd like someone to rival Mercedes at some point because Red Bull just
Yeah.
keeps seeming to bottle it.
Red Bull get close, but screw.
Yeah.
And then we just gotta hope Mercedes screw it up, really.
Yeah. But that normally doesn't happen unless it's Netflix are filming them. Or it's,
Yeah.
You know.
Or you're racing on a Bahrain short.
Yeah.
oval.
Neither of which happen often.
Exactly.
So we've decided on Ed tier.
Yeah, I think it has to go.
It's
Ed
already
tier,
in
really,
Ed
for
tier.
me.
It's already been dragged.
So we've kind of forgotten a lot of the comparisons to last year's, but AlphaTauri is a good one because
Yeah.
lots of people said it was the best livery on the grid last season. I prefer this one, I think.
I'm not sure whether I do.
I have mixed feelings. Sometimes I see it and think, oh, I love that, and sometimes I see it and think, bloody hell, what have they done?
Yeah, so there's two photos here that kind of illustrate exactly that on the ESPN website. There's the one that's from the shoot on the day, like from the stills, like on a white background, and there's one under proper lighting in the fashion show, and in proper lighting, in natural lighting,
good.
and on the track, it looks amazing. But in the
The white
studio
just
shots,
looks a bit boxy.
It
yeah.
does. It looks like a toy car with the shoes. Yeah.
Yeah, the white wheels. I'm not sure how I feel about.
I actually like them. I like it. I like that they're being different. They're not going
Well,
just
I mean,
black.
I would love it if a team had the color rims that are on for the tires they've got on.
Yes,
So if you had
yeah.
yellow rims for soft tires,
That's a
red.
shout.
LED rims.
That
No,
would be
we're gonna
cool.
have. Well, we're
That
gonna have.
sounds like
Well,
the
next season we've got
boy
21-inch rims, haven't we?
Yeah.
So like, it's gonna look like it's just bike tires on them.
But
So
yeah,
a lot of these car launchers, they have the last season's larger tire, not the smaller rims.
yeah.
So they're obviously launching it with their old car.
And so the new wheels this season. I
I'm
thought
pretty sure that this season, yeah.
I don't think they are.
Unless they've delayed it.
I think they delayed it for the new cars.
Oh,
They
okay.
might have
Because
done.
Formula 2 was going to be the year before, but they already did that last year.
Yeah, oh, maybe
So
maybe I've just gotten this totally wrong, and like the car's gonna look horrific this year.
I'm not sure. I know F2 was definitely last year. I think.
Yeah.
That they updated the rims. I think the thing is with this, it would look really. I'd actually prefer it. I understand they're going for the matte livery, but I'd think it would look really cool if they had the navy in like metallic or gloss.
Either half of it
Because
being
the
non-matte.
second shot on that ESPN site looks like it's gloss, and I think that looks a lot better, like that. But yeah, I like how it's sort of curvy. It reminds me sort of the Brabham liveries of days gone by, and I guess like the old Williams liveries of like the RBS sponsorship. I like it. I think it's good. I don't know. Do we put it in very nice?
I think average.
Average.
I think average is pretty good for it.
Is average above decent?
It's
below decent.
below
It's
decent. It's a bit like the Renault of past, where like it's black, it's fully black from the side or fully yellow from the front.
Yeah.
It's got different vibes from different angles. I think that's why it has to be average.
Actually, I don't know. I think I'd put it in decent.
It could be decent.
Because
I think the average should probably be reserved for like the Williams.
Oh, the Williams is going to be a fight, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
What were we saying?
I can vouch for decent, but
Okay.
I'm also leaning towards average.
What are you saying, Tom?
I would if it was me, I'd put it in decent.
Okay,
I think
let's go decent. Let's go decent. So then we've got the Alfa Romeo, which is by far the best livery Alfa Romeo I've had
Yeah.
Ever, yeah.
ever.
Ever.
It is honestly one of my favourites on the grid. I don't like Alfa Romeo as a team because I'm not a huge fan of Kimi Räikkönen. I didn't know if I wanted to finish that sentence or not.
Not a huge fan of
Kimi fans.
I'm not a huge Kimi Räikkönen fan of times of recent, vis-a-vis
Ever.
Iron Cross merchandise.
vis-a-vis being 45 and doing this as a hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Costing
much.
Calamai a lot of job.
Yeah.
All these.
Anyway, onto the livery.
The actual important thing.
I really like that it's not, because they inherited a really lazy livery from Sauber, in which the engine cover was just a different colour.
It
And
was
they've
just all over
carried
the place,
that.
Sauber, really.
Yeah.
They were like blue in 2017.
2016 was the year that Manor went under,
Yeah.
and Manor should have stayed in the sport instead of Sauber purely for how bad Sauber's livery was that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
The
blue-
bright blue and yellow.
Oh.
And then there was the
Disgusting.
Verline. Yeah, I liked the blue and gold. That was
Oh
quite
yeah,
nice.
that was the anniversary livery. That was cool.
That was quite nice. But yeah, I think it's probably one of the best on the grid, and I think it is a goated candidate.
I would
for
say
me.
yeah. Let's put that as a goated candidate along
So
with
that would have
Aston
to
Martin.
those two.
Yeah.
So we'll come back to that. So
Haas livery, I would happily put this in Ed tier, but I know that Ed likes it. And
the thing is, I think everyone's taking the Haas livery, forgetting that, especially right now, we're talking about with the livery, not the team. I think a lot of people that are struggling to detach the political.
I like Haas. I like Haas as a team.
Yeah.
What I don't
It's
like is the fact that Russia got banned for anti-doping measures. So a Russian millionaire thought, I'll just put the flag on the car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they could very easily redesign it and make it American. 'Cause it's the
Beyond
same
that,
colours.
Haas have never had blue on a car.
Yeah.
And Ural Kali, I think it is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
their brand is red and green. So you could have a
Yeah,
Castrol.
Castrol livery.
It would have been a Castrol style livery.
Would have been beautiful.
Could you imagine if Martini came back and we had Martini and Castrol? It'd be like classic WRC
Yeah.
days. That would have been brilliant. But obviously we're not going to get that.
No.
But it's just ridiculous. There's no excuse. I really hope that the investigation comes back and I have to change the livery.
Yeah.
I
Even-
feel like they'd probably keep the same colours, but they just shape it.
If they took the blue off it, I'd be very happy with it.
I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I think they could very easily redesign it to make it American themed rather than Russian.
Or
I woke
they do
up
a
and
zipper livery, half and half.
No, you can't.
No.
I think that would look
No,
cool.
that-
This,
I'm
that was
sorry,
that was
that
all the
would look
mix
cool.
stands getting upset, saying, "Oh, our boy's getting
Well,
mistreated by Haas."
Let's get the German livery.
Yes, well, if the Schumacher family wanted to buy Haas, essentially,
Yeah.
they could have put whatever they wanted on the car.
They'd just be making it into the race of champions of A1GP at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we don't need that.
I don't know. I like the livery.
I
I don't like the meaning behind it. But this is a livery review. It's not what we think of the meaning behind the
dislike
liveries.
and our like, I think it's got average on it.
I feel like we can't put it anywhere above average.
I
above
think
that-
meh, because I really think when you compare it to Haas liveries like last season's one, when you compare it to Haas liveries of times gone by, it is probably the worst one. And we're putting rich energy in there.
2017. That was great.
2017 they had 3 different liveries.
They were all shit.
Yeah, they were all shit. But my point is that even that was... I would still rather... Oh, no, I wouldn't, actually. That's a fair point.
To be fair, for me, if we're taking away all the Russian context,
Yeah.
we're looking at just livery, I think for me alone, that's one of my go-to candidates. But I think that's just my personal preference on the actual livery itself.
I think it has.
But I think
I
average
think it has to go average.
average.
Because it's
Has
the
to
middle.
go average.
It has to
Okay.
go
Oh,
average.
there we go.
panda
It's
surprise.
time to go.
It's time.
Bamboo.
Bamboo.
And also my OCD mean we can't have an empty tier. We can't
I was going to
allow
say,
that.
have we got an
Exactly.
empty tier? Because if not, then yeah, we'll put it in there.
Yeah, I think average is a good.
Okay. And then we get on to the final one of this segment
Williams.
before we go into the goated, which is literally a livery from Formula One
Yep.
mobile
Livery.
game.
Do we even need to discuss this?
I mean, there's definitely. I want to discuss it because there's so much potential there for it to not be a bad livery.
Yeah.
There's so many better designs they could have done.
Just plain white, plain blue. Anything better than that?
I don't know what. I don't
Like,
know
what
how
are they
they got
trying
it
to
so
do?
wrong. It looks slow. It looks like the Rocket livery from the first season they had Rocket.
Yeah.
I would put it
does.
in a candidacy with that for the worst livery by Williams of all time.
The front
Like
looks
the downward
good.
slope from Martini to Rocket.
I'm
to this.
I'm even more gutted because the livery they had at the start of 2020 before the Rocket sponsorship fell through, he looked brilliant.
It was sick.
If they'd have
Yeah.
brought that back
the
with
red
like,
one, the blue red. Yeah. That was
Yeah.
really nice.
That looked lovely.
Toothpaste long.
But I mean, I like the front of it, and then you get to the side, and then it's just what?
there's also like no sponsors on it,
No.
Yeah, I think that's why they've gone for such an elaborate design. Like
but they've
that.
got new
Probably.
owners. Why haven't they got any sponsors?
I don't think they can
No
just
clue.
stick.
And today,
Donald from
every
Captain
post I've
to-
seen when I was on the train to uni today was, oh, here's our new partner for timekeeping. Oh, here's our new partner for optics. It's like, well, why aren't they on the car then?
I don't know. I think I like the fact that they've tried to include like a little bit. Is that yellow or gold? So
It
it's
is,
There's
kind
a
of-
bit of yellow.
There
here.
should be. If it's me, all right, you keep it on the white base. You take out the lighter blue and you just have the one shade of blue, and you have just as much of that goldy yellow as you have of blue, and then it's a throwback to their liveries of when Damon Hill and
Rothmans,
I think
And
you beg Mercedes to let you put their name on the car, so at least there's something on it.
I mean, yeah, I think it's
I think it's hard to justify putting it anywhere but Ed tier, because if you're thinking about it, is it as good as the Mercedes livery?
I think it's Ed tier. I don't.
what else is in the editor?
Just the Ferrari.
Just the See, I don't think it's
I
not as
think
bad
it's
as the
worse-
Ferrari.
I think it's worse than the Ferrari.
I think it is very much a questionable. The Ferrari one is
know.
the Ferrari one. It's more of a, what the hell is that? This is just a.
The whole thing.
That's a joke. That's a meme, right?
To be
The
fair,
fake one that someone leaked that was pretty much the same as last season's livery towards the end of last season was better than the actual one.
I
to
should
be fair,
should have got them to do it.
what you just said about all the sponsors that they actually have, this could just be a placeholder. You never know.
This could be a placeholder livery, and they rock up to Bahrain and they've gotten Canon to sponsor them, and
Oh,
it's just 90s,
Seems.
Camel,
early not Camel,
Camel,
sorry, not
Canon.
Canon.
Camel, and Canon. Well,
Canon was later, wasn't it?
Camel wouldn't be allowed, will it?
Oh yeah.
It's sponsored
Oh,
by
let him have
Camels.
it. Just let him have
We
it.
should just let Paddy Power sponsor us team and have a Paddy Power.
Bet
The
365.
Huddersfield
have a
sash.
massive Jose on the side of it.
But yeah,
I
I
am
think
special one. Yes. Yeah, I think we got to go Ed tier with
Cancelled.
that. Though.
yeah. So what ones are we gonna go through? The ones that are currently in very nice,
So there's-
and we
Yeah, we can do. What's in very nice? Ed?
Very nice is McLaren and Alpine, and yet to be decided is Alpha and Aston Martin.
So Aston Martin goes in goated.
Does it?
It does.
If this was a podcast with me and you, it would. But there's
It would be a much quicker podcast.
Yeah, you'd
Yeah.
have been done 10 minutes
If me and
ago.
Ed did the podcast, it would be arguing and then taking pokes at each other's football teams.
yes.
If you and me did the podcast,
Vikings bad lol.
if you and we had like the same record last year.
Yeah.
If me and you did a podcast, we would just blitz through it. And
yeah,
be really
we'd be
quick.
done in 10
And
minutes.
if two of you did it, it would just be jokes from your TikTok.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just be getting the TikToks up.
Yeah, I think because of Ed, we can't put it in goated for the Aston Martin.
Sorry, guys.
For me, so what else was there? Was
Alpha.
Alpine? Was Alpine in there as well?
Alpine and McLaren are very nice.
Very nice. And
I
then
think-
the Alpha. The Alpha for me. I
I
don't
think
know.
Alpha has to be goated for me. And I think one of the current ones in very nice could also go in there. And I'm thinking Alpine.
I'd have to put Alpine.
I think Alpine and Alpha going goated,
See-
and Aston Martin, McLaren staying very nice.
I refuse to let the Alpine go in goated.
And I wanna veto the Alpha. I don't think Alpha. should
Maybe
go
we
in
just
goated.
don't do. Maybe we just don't do goated
Well, I can't
because
change
I
it
think
now.
the Alpine looks ridiculous.
Do you
Because
not like it at all?
no, it's just really basic. It's just free. It's just two primary colours and white.
Yeah, but
Someti-
sometimes like keeping it
Basics.
simple is the
Well,
best.
it just
you,
looks
see what happens
ridiculous.
when you do too much. with
They should
Williams.
have made one of them darker than the other. Instead, they're just both really bright colours. It just kind of gets on my nerves.
I don't know. I
I think we gotta have something in goated tier to cure my pain.
Just put the Williams in goated.
Yeah,
and,
and then we're done. Put the Haas in goated and we're done.
Agenda FC.
Right, okay. Out of McLaren, Alpine, Alpha, and Aston Martin,
what
which
can we agree on?
Yeah,
McLaren for me can't go in goated.
I don't think McLaren can go in goated.
It can't go in goated because it's too similar.
Aston Martin or
Aston Martin can't go in because the pink is pissing me off.
What if we just put last year's Racing Point in?
I'd be happy for that. I'd be very happy with that.
Put in the GTA go kart and be done.
Yeah, done it. I mean, I'd be. So we can end the podcast, all right? I'd be willing to put the Alpha.
End the podcast for good, or
we're done.
Yeah, we're done. No,
yeah, I would put the
Alpha because I feel like maybe it's just I feel like maybe it's I'm in the minority in terms of fans of the opinion. I think
I don't see what's wrong. I don't see any way that it could be bad.
I just think for me, and I know maybe we shouldn't really be doing this, but for me, part of what makes a livery so good or so bad is it the same as last year or different?
But it's different.
And yeah, but like barely.
They completely flipped the colours.
Yeah, but
compared to the McLaren,
like, but yeah, it's slightly different. But
McLaren
it's
have
nothing
Daniel
compared to
Ricciardo now,
Alpine.
so they have number 3 on their car, which makes it
True.
They had number 4 before. It's only -1.
Yeah, but it's a better number with a better driver.
Good point. You know what? Just because Ricciardo's driving for them for the agenda, I put it.
No, McLaren says it's very nice. Don't even try it.
No, because there's 2 of us, and if 2 of us agree on it, then
I have the tier list.
I have the deciding vote.
I am the tier list.
I am your father. Right.
I think let's just put.
I think Alpha. I think if
goated.
anything's going to be in goated, it should be Alpha and probably Alpha by itself.
Because I don't think Ed is going to be willing to compromise on the Aston Martin, and you're not going to be willing to compromise on the Alpine.
If the pink was slightly different, it would just be fine.
If the Alpine was just purple instead of having 2 colours,
it's not really a pink, though, is it?
It's like a pinky purple.
Pink.
It's quite a dark
It's meant
pink.
to be like BWT. That's the point. But
yeah, it was that and the Ferrari. Last minute changes just shouldn't have happened to these cars because the Ferrari wasn't meant to be green. Char said, and they already had race suits with lime on them.
Yeah.
Like, neither of those changes should have had.
Where's Rich Energy at, bro?
I don't know.
In Williams,
they're going to rock up to Bahrain.
Black and gold, let's go!
The black and gold livery was ruined by Haas. Because Lotus brought it back, and for the first couple of years when Lotus were title contenders,
that with the red,
it was like yes,
was it Castrol?
And then as soon, it wasn't Castrol.
Wasn't it Maldonado?
It was PDVSA.
Yeah.
No, because it was before Maldonado.
It had a bit of red on it before Maldonado, but then when in Maldonado's years, the top of the air intake was red because of PDVSA.
Yeah. It was 2015, I think.
2014, 2015.
When Grosjean was.
So, yeah, that was. Lotus did great, and then Lotus became awful.
And then became Renault and became awfuler.
Yeah.
And then Daniel Ricciardo became the best team in the world.
No, he did. He got 2 podiums.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Ocon lucked into that podium. If Ricciardo hadn't had an awful strategy in Sakir, he would have won the race. But let's not get into that.
This is no longer a livery podcast.
No, it's not. This is the.
Well, we still got to figure out where the Aston Martin's going. Is that very nice?
It's going to go very nice.
We're going to have to put it very nice.
I think very nice.
We'll be here all night.
What we'll do, I'll put it first in very nice, just to keep you guys happy.
All right, thank you.
And I'll put the Alpine last to keep top.
The massive Vettel standards that we are.
Yeah. So have we got one in every tier?
No. Yes, we have.
We do.
I'll run through it audibly. We'll start at the bottom. We'll start at me because I am the bottom because I am awful. Ed tier, we got Ferrari and Williams. Meh, we have Mercedes, which the more I think about it is a little harsh, but we move. We got average, we have Haas. Decent, we have Red Bull and AlphaTauri, the 2 sisters. And very nice, we have Aston Martin, McLaren and Alpine. And goated, we have Alfa Romeo. So they win the £1 million prize pool.
Well, cool. Yeah, lovely.
Who's providing that?
They win absolutely nothing.
No, they win £1 million. So we agreed on that earlier.
Oh, do we?
Bombshell that. Who's providing that?
Don't bring up that bombshell.
Winchester Uni.
Yeah, sponsored by Winchester University.
They'll definitely
Thank you. Right.
I think that does it. There.
That looks horrific. They put the Mission WINOL logos on it now.
Ooh.
I think we're right. I think that needs its own tier.
It has to go in.
Make a new tier Ferrari.
Yeah.
The gradient doesn't even fade, but anyway, I'm going to get really angry if we carry on. Anyone have anything else to add
before we slander the Ferrari for 20 minutes?
And this will be back on Monday. depending on when it goes out. But we'll be filming again on Monday for the pre-season testing podcast.
Yeah.
Because Ed's going to pull an all-nighter. Not Ed. Tom's going to pull an all-nighter and write scripts.
Maybe.
I'll probably watch.
Maybe.
To be fair.
No, I mean, but it starts at 6. The testing isn't at night because it's in Bahrain. So the morning session starts at 6:50 a.m.
I don't know if
and
I'll
the
get up for
afternoon
that.
session starts
I
at
don't know if I'll get up
11:15.
for that.
I'll watch
no,
the
11:50,
afternoon
right.
sessions.
Yeah, but I'll be working from 8 till 6 on
Doesn't
Saturday
have
and
a
2
choice.
till 8 on
Oh,
Friday.
you're
So
fine, mate.
I'm gonna miss. Yeah,
You were flexing that 5G earlier.
yeah, I was flexing. Can't get 5G in here though. Pick up Halfords. I'm not in Halfords right now, but you know. We
We're
moved.
recording in the,
Anyway.
we're recording the stock room. We've been locked in here for weeks. Let us
Let
out,
us out,
please.
please.
Help.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Formula WINOL podcast. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment slandering the Alpine
Ferrari.
livery to make me feel better.
Oh,
And
okay.
slandering me because I like to read that kind of thing. It's funny.
Yeah, Ed lives on Twitter. He lives
Yeah.
for beef.
Yes,
That's all he
Twitter
wants.
hermit.
You should see
Attack me,
his
I
Twitter
will-
account. Honestly, is painful to look at.
Yeah.
Just Mason Mount edits. But anyway,
One edit.
your wallpaper is an edit as well. Your cover photo is him doing Soyukin on Salah.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
It's just all propaganda. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Anyway,
thank you
I
for
forgot
listening.
about that.
Enjoy your day.